But it's a lonely fight, I can tell you that. It's many times you are questioned, many times that there are no clear ways to go forward, so you need to walk a very lonely road to continue.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone.
Many times they are questioned. That is true. Everywhere Lopez and other opposition politicians go, Venezuelans heckle them about sitting on their asses while Chavismo and its international allies devour the country and its population. As far as the road ahead not being clear, this is absolutely false. For starters, in the winter and spring of 2019, the majority of Venezuelans who don't support the regime or the Chavismo movement were publicly clamoring for the interim government to request an international intervention in Venezuela. They were specifically invoking Article 187, Section 11, which authorizes international interventions for humanitarian purposes. The legitimate Supreme Court issued an arrest warrant for Maduro and a decision authorizing an international humanitarian intervention in 2019. The majority of member states in the OAS were waiting on Guaidó and the National Assembly to ratify the Rio Treaty so that said intervention would be legal and not technically an invasion. When Guaidó visited Miami in January 2020, crowds of exiled Venezuelans were shouting, "Intervención ya!" Intervention now. You can't get more clear than that. On top of that, talking about the road ahead not being clear, the opposition leaders knew from the very beginning what they were going to do. On January 17th, 2019, before Guaidó was even the interim president, there was a meeting between the leaders of Venezuela's big four opposition parties and the Brazilian government. Eduardo Bolsonaro was there on the Brazilian side. The Brazilians were willing to work with the opposition by letting a new Venezuelan government operate from Brazil to expel Maduro's regime from Venezuela. This was where the Venezuelans told the Brazilians that they preferred to negotiate with the PSUV and have elections for a new government, sharing the ballot with Chavismo. Fast forward 3.5 years later, and the opposition is preparing candidates for the 2024 presidential election. They knew what their path was the whole time, so Lopez is full of it when he laments that the road ahead is unclear.